So Nissan of Muskogee is getting a from the grumpy vlogger. Hey folks, I am back in the van, and what happened, and you'll see this in one of the later videos, was last week when after I was at, you'll see it in the next video to go up, I think, when I was sitting at Senor Lopez, my check engine light, he was sitting there idling, my check engine light came on. So I called him right there on the spot, said, hey, I just got this out of, for $1,700. I expect, yeah, there we go. I expect this thing to run better than this. So, and they said, well, yeah, and he looks it up and he says, yeah. I said, well, I got a check engine light come on. I said, it shouldn't have come on. He goes, oh, well, yeah, well, let's set a time and bring it in. He says, so I got home, and they said they'd had the service guy that dealt with me to call me back, and so he called me just after I got home, so I went in, took it in yesterday, which was Tuesday the 24th. And so anyways, I'm waiting on a turn signal here. It's a left-hand turn, so there we go. So they called me up, and they said, well, we pulled a cut, we did a diagnostic on it and pulled a couple codes, and it says actually, I don't think they called me. I went and looked and found it by accident. There was an email, so I called them about it. They wanted $1,200 to fix the problem. Said my catalytic converter's gone out, Oh, and there was another code there. Well, here's the funny thing. On Saturday, before I took it in, I went over to Advanced Auto Parts, and I had them put a diagnostic on it. I pulled the code. There was one code. From Saturday till Tuesday, which it did get drove, I think I drove for maybe 30 minutes on 30 minutes on Sunday. I didn't drive it at all on Monday, and then I drove it over there on Tuesday morning. And that 45 minute drive, it managed to burn out the catalytic converter. Go figure. Well, here's the thing. I'd also talked to Mr. Sadron, Grant Smith, about it, and we discussed it on Sunday, actually Monday afternoon before I did my show. So the cost of fixing this was $1,200, and I said, nah. I said, first off, that second code was not there. The catalytic converter code wasn't there. The first code has to do with, there's probably an air leak in the intake manifold. And by the way, the check engine light is not on, okay? And I said, or he didn't hook something up, or he damaged something, taking it off or putting it back on. I said, it's all very simple, and they said if it was related to the work they did, well, when I pulled that was on Friday, when I found out Saturday what that related to, it related directly to what they'd done to this car in the first place. They hadn't hooked something back up right. And or they damaged something or whatever. So either way, I knew it wasn't the catalytic converter. Because one, it doesn't even run rough. It runs fine. It ran fine all along. The only problem was it had a check engine light. Okay. The other thing was they said they did a 27-point or 50-point inspection. They said I need a new windshield wiper plate and I need a new front brake shoes. But you guys know I already replaced all that. So I called the guy up again last night, and I said, here, let me explain something to you. I said, I noticed you got the price down to $115 because one, they said they couldn't even get that catalytic converter in now, and I'd have to go to an independent person anyways. I said, well, has he cleared the code? I said, has he checked to see if it's the 0507, or is he just going with the 0402? And he says, well, you gotta clear that. You gotta fix the catalytic converter first. I said, no, try clearing the other one. I'll bet the second one clears up. I said, he didn't do his job. He hasn't even checked it. And I said, here's what it means. And he says, oh, well, I'm going to go out and have a talk with this young man. I said, oh, and another thing, it's saying I need new windshield wiper blades. I said, a blind man could have touched those windshield wiper blades and found out they were brand new. I just replaced them last Tuesday. What? I said, he did not do an inspection. I said, and he's claiming he did something. All he did was plug in the machine and then look at what your book says is the most bookable hours, and that's a catalytic converter. And I said, would he have changed that? Well, he better have. He says, wait a minute. It says right here he did it. And I said, go look at the one from the last one. I said, let me explain to you. I replaced the wiper blades front and back. I replaced the front brakes. It says the front brake pads are worn. They can't be. They don't have 50 miles on them yet. I said the wiper blades got used for the first time yesterday and they were just put on last week. I said he didn't do an inspection. I said I'd suggest you do something about that guy, because all he's trying to do is get me on billable hours. And he goes, okay. He says, I will be having a long talk with him. So I checked last night while talking with Grant and found out there was going to be no charge because it was related to. So I called him today, or he called me today at noon, and he says, it's ready, we got her fixed. So what's the charge? He says, nothing. I said, so it was related to what you did? Yes, sir. So Nissan of Muskogee is getting a from the grumpy vlogger for trying to rip people off. Next time you might think about it. But the young man who picked me up is a Army veteran, 24 years, I think he said. And I want to thank that gentleman. I told him I'd forget his name, but he's going to check me out. And but the mechanics, not the service guy that you talk to when you go in. He was nice. It's the mechanics, at least the mechanic I dealt with. To you, okay? You have a good one. I'm out of here. I'm the Grumpy Vlogger. Bye-bye for now. Be nice to each other.
I'm known as the Grumpy Vlogger.
Hey folks, I know you could have watched other videos, and I want to thank you for watching mine. So, always be nice to each other, and don't forget. Okay? Alright, you have a good one. I'm out of here. Bye-bye for now.